Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's lacrosse coach Gene McCabe and track and field captain David Doobin. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee sports. As always, you can find all of the latest WNL athletics news in detail at generalsports.com. Baseball swept an ODAC doubleheader against Roanoke at Captain Dick Smith Field on Saturday. The Generals came from behind to beat the Maroons 7-6 in Game 1, and then the offense exploded in a 26-1 win in the nightcap. The 26 runs marked the most the WNL has scored since 2003. Also on Saturday, women's lacrosse lost 12-9 to top-ranked Salisbury at Watt Field, while men's lacrosse fell 7-6 to Franklin and Marshall on Long Island. In tennis, the WNL women beat Mary Washington and the men lost to the Eagles, while both teams scored ODAC wins over Guilford on Sunday. With me now is men's lacrosse coach Gene McCabe. Gene, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thanks, Jeremy. It's great to be back.
WNL's had a couple of rough fourth quarters so far this season, but Tuesday night was not one of them. What made the difference as your Generals pulled away from Kenyon 13-7?
Well, I think the biggest difference is we were able to establish some consistency on offense and pull away from it. It was a close game up until that third quarter, and we were able to go on a good run ourselves. And really, for the first time against what I would qualify as a good team, we were able to keep the pedal on the metal, so to speak, and pull away. And that consistent effort defensively has been there all year, but having that offensive production in the second half of a game was important.
Your defense is giving up under 7 goals a game. You held Salisbury to 7 earlier this season. What's been working on that end of the field for WNL?
You know, the whole defense plays great as a unit. We're getting great goaltending. You know, we had some adversity there with Ned Lenvall fracturing his hand, but Jason Lumpkin stepped in. He's played great. So to have the luxury of having 2 senior, sort of poised goaltenders has really been helpful. But the whole defense as a unit has played tough. And just really has played very well as a unit.
We've definitely seen some great moments from your offense so far, but how do you develop a bit more consistency on attack?
I think our young guys who are getting a lot of time are starting to come into their own a little bit. The biggest thing is to make sure that if we're not going to have a transition opportunity to score goals, is that we possess the ball in offense by not turning it over. In recent games, we've really reduced the number of turnovers in those situations, which has really helped us possess the ball, which in turn allows us to have more consistency and sustain better possessions. And I think the other thing is shooting. We haven't shot the ball shooting percentage-wise exceptionally well this season, but as the season has gone on, we're starting to see a higher percentage of our shots fall in the net. So those things have been the key.
You open up the ODAC schedule at Hampton-Sydney on Saturday. What are the keys to conference play for the Generals?
Well, you have to show up and be ready to play. And ODAC is knockdown, drag out, and Hampton-Sydney's an excellent team. We have a lot of respect for, but our guys will be fired up. I think we're going to emphasize our strengths and continue to get better at everything else that we need to get better at. But you have to make sure you bring your A game when it comes to ODAC play because it's intense, and I know our guys will be up for the challenge.
Gene, thanks for being here. Best of luck against the Tigers on Saturday.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
I'm joined now by David Doobin, senior track and field captain from Summit, New Jersey. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeremy.
The Generals placed second at the ODAC Indoor Championship in Lynchburg at the end of February. It's the best team finish since 1993. How pleased were you with the conference meet?
We were all very pleased with our performance there, very ecstatic about it. It was just really nice to see such a young team come together and perform when we needed to. We knew going in all we really needed to do was just execute, but we did a great job coming back this year from disappointing last year's season, and Coach Nate Hoey did a great job leading us.
As you mentioned, the Generals are very young on the men's track and field team. Did you expect this kind of success to come so quickly?
I'm not sure if we expected it. We were hoping for it to come so quickly, but it was very nice to see such a young team step up, perform like they were hoping to. And I think a lot of our opponents in the ODAC were surprised that everybody was able to execute with what they've performed at earlier in the season.
You open up the outdoor season this weekend at the Roanoke Invitational. What kind of expectations do you have for the team in the spring?
Spring, we're looking to pretty much follow up our indoor season with another strong group of performances. Traditionally, our program has done better in outdoor season than indoor because we get the addition of a few events such as 400-meter hurdles and javelin, which we've performed strongly in the past. So the addition of those events will hopefully boost us a little bit more, and we're looking to compete strong.
Looking ahead to next weekend, how excited are you and the team for the VMI WNL Carnival?
We're pretty excited to be competing at home on our track, the new track, and the VMI Home Carnival. It's a very large meet. We'll have probably over 20 teams here, teams coming from all around the Northeast. So we're excited to be competing in such a big field with Division I, Division II, Division III teams, and excited to host such an event where a whole bunch of people on campus will be able to see what WNL track is really about.
David, thanks for joining us. Good luck this spring.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
In a rematch of last year's ODAC Championship, men's tennis faces Hampton-Sydney at home at 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon. On Saturday, the track and field teams begin their outdoor season at the Roanoke Invitational. Women's tennis takes on Division I foe Wofford, while baseball heads to Guilford for an ODAC twin bill. Men's lacrosse starts conference play at Hampton-Sydney, and the women's team will visit 14th-ranked Catholic. Then on Sunday, women's tennis meets number 3 Emory, and baseball returns home to face 17th-ranked Tufts. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.